Welcome back, family, to NorthsideLDN, and today we've got Arsenal being linked with Marcus Edwards, the right winger from Sporting Lisbon, the ex-Tottenham winger, 25 years old, English winger, playing in the Portuguese league. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, hitting the bell notification, doing all that good stuff every single time. So every time you're notified of every time we drop transfer news surrounding Arsenal Football Club. Now, Marcus Edwards, the right winger for Sporting Lisbon, has been linked. Arsenal target former Tottenham kid who wants Premier League return. The article goes on to say Arsenal have been linked with a move for Sporting Lisbon's Marcus Edwards as the attacker eyes a return to the Premier League. Edwards left Tottenham to move to Portugal in 2019, and that decision has turned out to be a good one for his development. Let me pause. Let me pause this. What's going on? There we go. According to Ujogu, after spending the last 5 years in Portugal, Edwards now wants to return to the Premier League. He believes he has gained enough experience to succeed in English top flight. Arsenal is continually looking for new talents to bolster their squad, and the report indicates that the 25-year-old is on their radar. The Gunners are currently in talks to sign several players and have shown interest in some talents at Sporting Lisbon. However, it remains unclear if Edwards is a priority transfer target for them and whether they will eventually make a move to add him to their squad. Just Arsenal opinion says Edwards has done well since moving to Portugal, and we also watched him deliver some fine performances in Europe. He is 25 now and would be a very experienced backup to have on our bench to battle our attackers for a starting spot. However, we have to be sure he will deliver before adding him to our group. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Edwards, he's developed into a good winger in terms of his technical ability. Um, he's definitely talented. Do I think he's as talented enough to do it in the Premier League? No. Why is Tottenham not looking back at to get Marcus Edwards? Because on Transfermarkt he's valued at 20 million euros, and the reason is it's because he's not good enough. He's not good enough. Let's just keep it real. He's not good enough. When you look at his return, I've seen him in Portugal. Yes, he's technically good, but he's not clinical enough. Playing as a right winger, he had 26 appearances, 4 goals, 5 assists. Come on, man, that ain't great. That ain't amazing. Let's just keep it real. And this is in the Portuguese league, where you get a lot more time on the ball, where defenders are a lot slower, where that burst of pace that he has will get him out of a lot of trouble. And listen, he's done really well for Sporting Lisbon. They've won the Portuguese league. He's done very, very well. But just because you've won the league in Portugal doesn't mean that you would suit the league here in England. It doesn't automatically make you good enough. And this guy is not clinical enough. And he's going up against Bukayo Saka, that once again is hitting double digits in the season. And is he really going to get much game time? He'll probably get some rotation in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Let's be real. This guy is not going to be displacing Saka. Having Edwards and Saka on the right hand side is nowhere near the level of having Martinelli and Trossard on the left hand side. The level of competition is not the same. So I just don't understand. I do not want us to get this guy. He's a decent winger, but he's not of the level. I'd rather Pedro Conceição. I'd rather Kudus. I'd rather Elise. There's way better players ahead of Marcus Edwards. He's starting to hit his prime and he can't even hit double digits in the Portuguese league. I'm sorry, I'm not sold. In the Europa League, 10 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. Still, to me, not good enough. In the Taça de Portugal, which is the Portuguese FA Cup equivalent, 5 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. Por amor de Deus, go and get os jogadores em condições. Don't go and get these flipping cheap players that are not ready. He is not ready to be at a club that needs to be winning Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. He's nowhere near ready. Why isn't Tottenham looking at him? Because Tottenham have got what, Kulusevski on the right hand side. Who else have they got on the right hand side? They've got Johnson. Like, come on, like their right hand side is not looking amazing over there at Tottenham. So why is he not being linked to Tottenham? Because he's not good enough. He's not good enough. That's the reason. We need to go and get players that are gonna actually that either is gonna put Saka on the bench or is gonna give him a hard enough time that they have a good argument or they can force their way into the starting 11. This guy, you might as well just if we're gonna sign Marcus Edwards, I'll be real, we might as well just keep somebody like Reece Nelson. I'm not seeing a major upgrade. It's not a major upgrade. Yeah, you can say Edwards has done it for Sport Lisbon and they won the league and this and that, bro. But the more that there's like, this guy is not the guy. He is not the guy. He's not showing anything that he can be up there. He's a decent winger with okay stats, and that's about it. His technical ability is good, but he's just not clinical enough. If we're asking Bukayo Saka's not even 25 years old yet, and he's already putting up double digits. This guy coming into Arsenal, he's older than Bukayo Saka, and he can't even put double digits in the Portuguese league. Like, come on. That is the level that we're now getting to, that we need our wingers to hit double digits. This guy his performance is not even as good as someone like a Martinelli, and Martinelli didn't have a great season this season. So how is this guy an upgrade? How in what planet is he a good upgrade? Now he's valued at 25 million euros. You know Sporting ain't gonna sell him for cheap. You're gonna want at least 60 million euros. And it's like this guy's not he's not worth it. He's not worth it. I don't think he's trash. He's just not of that level. And at the moment he's playing at his level. And I don't really understand it. Like there's so many other options. Like I don't know why we're not just going for Elise. For 60 million euros, you can go get an Elise. You can get an Elise, you can go get an Eze, you can get these kind of players. Like, why are we looking at Marcus Edwards? There's better value for money out there in the market. Why are we wasting time in trying to talk to a Marcus Edwards? It just makes no sense. This article as well, let me get into it. These Philly Star put be making up crap all the flipping time. Oh, Arsenal need a right winger. Oh, they're looking at Gyökeres. Oh, Gyökeres is at Sporting Lisbon. They won the league. Oh, you know what? We'll link them to flipping Marcus Edwards. He's British. It makes sense. Like, come on, man. It makes no sense. We are supposed to be getting world-class players or players around that level. This guy is nowhere near that level. Let's just keep it real. So why are we wasting time in talking to Marcus Edwards that doesn't move the needle? It's the same difference when they're linking us to players like Sesko, which now we can't get, players like Sesko or Xerxes. Both of them scoring 13, 14 goals in a league season. How does that move the needle for Arsenal Football Club? If they don't move the needle, this guy does not move the needle. Por amor de Deus, não vem fuder a cabeça. Não fala à toa, não fala merda. This guy does nothing for us going forward, apart from the same old story of, oh, but he can do a job. The same way they told me various bench players that we've got at the moment could do a job as well. And what are they doing? Oh, yeah, we need to sell them. We need to sell Lokonga. We need to sell Nuntavaj. We need to sell etc. etc. That's all he's going to be. That's what he's going to be. If we get Marcus Edwards, he's going to be a Fabio Vieira part 2. He's not good enough. He's not even the best winger in Portugal. He's not the best winger in Portugal. So it doesn't make any sense, man. Listen, Sporting Lisbon are able to get the most out of him, but I'm just not impressed. I'm not impressed. I really don't understand it, other than other than the versatility. I mean, he plays as a right winger. He can play as an attacking midfielder, which is another position that we need to strengthen. Let's keep it real. We do need to strengthen that attacking midfield option. Odegaard, all the pressures on Odegaard. As soon as Odegaard gets injured, it's levels below somebody like an Odegaard. In Fabio Vieira, etc. He can play as a left winger, but come on, man. Like, even if he's trying to compete as a left winger, is he better than Trossard? No. Is he better than Martinelli? Technically, he is, but Martinelli has better output. So it's like, come on, man. Like, he's not getting in our starting lineup. Nowhere near. He's nowhere near close into getting our starting lineup. The best he can do is offer us versatility, and he ticks the box that he's British. and he's still somewhat, yeah, he's still young, 25 years old, but I just don't understand it, man. I really don't understand it. I feel like these people just make up stories. Like, oh, Arsenal need number 10. Edwards can play number 10. Oh, Arsenal need a right winger. He can also play as a right winger. Maybe we're going for versatility. But the same thing is we're now moving away from versatility. We're moving away from versatility. Like, Jesus is versatile, yet he's one of the players that are rumored to be moved on. Sinchenko can play as an inverted left back and can play as a midfielder. We're moving him on. We need specialists. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I'm just kind of tired. It's just getting boring, jarring. Always talking about these players that are just not good enough. Like we spent. I just don't understand how this club moves. And because we don't get the players over the line, speculation will keep growing. This is why we were used. I feel like we were used in the whole Sesko thing by his agent. You know, Arsenal are not moving serious. Arsenal are not going for their main target. So just keep using them for, a better contract deal. The agent gets his fee. Um, the player gets a big pay rise, a big bumper pay rise. Arsenal being used as the clickbait club for Sesko's agent to get his client a better deal. And this is because we don't move serious, we don't move fast, we don't move with urgency. It's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke, and I'm sick and tired of it, if I'll be completely honest. Let me know in the comments down below, would you take Marcus Edwards? Can play as an attacking midfielder, he can play right winger, left winger. Do you rate him? He's won the league with Sporting Lisbon. Is that the type of profile player that you would want Arsenal to bring in? Do you watch the Portuguese league or not? Let me know in the comments down below, familia. Let me know about all that good stuff. And without further ado, I'm out. Love.